It all began in 2018 with the keel, a 500-ton backbone forged from specially treated steel, cut and welded to millimeter precision. Over 500 craftsmen worked around the clock, shaping 2,000 tons of marine-grade steel into a hull that could survive the worst seas on Earth. Every plate was inspected, tested, and certified before being locked into place. Once the hull was complete, the team turned to the superstructure. Using marine-grade 5083 aluminum, they built a framework strong enough to carry 3 masts taller than 20-story buildings, yet light enough not to destabilize the yacht. This project demanded global collaboration between the world's most specialized marine companies. Oceanco served as the master builder and project coordinator, while Dijkstra Naval Architects handled the revolutionary exterior design and sailing systems. The ultra-luxury interiors fell to Mlinaric, Henry, and Zervudaci, world-renowned for creating some of the planet's most exclusive and sophisticated luxury spaces. The sailing system required complete custom engineering. Traditional sailing yachts of this size didn't exist, so every component needed to be designed, tested, and perfected from scratch. The 3-masted schooner configuration was carefully chosen to balance raw sailing power with practical manageability. Though manageable becomes relative when you're dealing with 20,000 square feet of sail area that could power a small city if converted to electricity. The design process consumed 2 years of constant refinement, innovation, and problem solving. Every system had to work in perfect harmony. Hydraulic sail handling, custom navigation equipment, luxury amenities, advanced safety systems. Engineering teams even developed specialized software to help crews manage the massive sail areas efficiently in various weather conditions. Construction officially began in 2021 at Oceanco's state-of-the-art facility in Alblasserdam, Netherlands. Before cutting the very first piece of steel, the entire shipyard underwent massive preparations for their most complex and challenging build ever attempted. That massive 500-ton keel you saw earlier wasn't just a starting point. It had to absorb stresses no yacht had ever faced. Over 500 highly skilled workers were dedicated exclusively to crafting the hull, superstructure, and thousands of fittings required for this project. Each steel piece required precision cutting using computer-controlled plasma systems, then welded to millimeter tolerances with zero room for error on a $500 million yacht. They used marine-grade 5083 aluminum alloy chosen for its strength-to-weight ratio and superior saltwater corrosion resistance. Every joint, every connection point was engineered to handle forces far beyond normal yacht requirements. The superstructure alone weighs hundreds of tons, yet appears effortlessly elegant. The 3 masts represent genuine engineering marvels that push material science boundaries into completely new territory. Each mast was precisely engineered to handle enormous loads from 20,000 square feet of sail and 30-knot winds, forces that could easily tear apart improperly designed structures like paper. The main mast alone must withstand over 500 tons of load, equivalent to 400 cars pulling in different directions simultaneously. Mast construction utilized advanced carbon fiber composites and specially treated aluminum, creating strong yet surprisingly lightweight structures. Here's where Koru truly came alive, transforming from an impressive hull into a sophisticated floating palace with more technology than most office buildings. Electrical systems alone required over 300 miles of custom wiring. Every system features multiple redundancy levels, ensuring that if something fails at sea, backup systems immediately take over without any interruption. 4 separate generator sets with different fuel sources guarantee power availability regardless of conditions, weather, or location. Hydraulic sail handling systems presented major engineering challenges that had never been solved before. Managing 20,000 square feet of sail manually would require dozens of experienced sailors working in perfect coordination. 12 separate hydraulic systems with combined fluid capacity over 15,000 gallons enable push-button sail handling. Computer systems continuously monitor wind conditions, automatically adjusting sail trim for optimal performance and safety. Advanced weather routing systems analyze global conditions, suggesting optimal routes for comfort, speed, or fuel efficiency based on real-time data. After 2.5 years of construction involving hundreds of specialists, Koru was ready for the most critical phase, testing and commissioning. Every system required thorough testing and precise calibration, from navigation equipment to wine storage climate control systems. Commissioning alone took 3 months, with dozens of specialist companies working around the clock to ensure flawless performance. Every wire was tested, every hydraulic system calibrated, every luxury amenity verified to work under all conditions. February 2023 brought the ultimate moment of truth. North Sea trials that put Koru through some of the most challenging conditions on Earth. Massive waves, strong winds, and rough seas tested every aspect of the yacht's design and construction. The yacht performed exceptionally, exceeding all expectations for stability, speed, and handling characteristics. Interior design alone consumed 18 months of planning, discussion, revision, and perfection. Every surface, every furniture piece, every lighting fixture, every entertainment system was custom designed specifically for this unique vessel. Nearly nothing existed off the shelf that could meet the requirements of the world's largest sailing yacht. Professional delivery captains with decades of experience called it the most impressive sailing yacht we've ever experienced. Every system worked as designed, from the computer-controlled sail management to the luxury amenities operating smoothly even in rough conditions. The name Koru itself tells a deeper story most people miss. It's a Maori word representing life's perpetual movement, like an unfurling fern frond spiraling toward new growth. The Koru symbol embodies new beginnings, harmony with nature, and endless possibility. Exactly what Bezos envisioned for this floating sanctuary that would become his escape from the world. Koru's story took an unexpected turn that made headlines worldwide. In 2022, Rotterdam announced their historic Hef Bridge needed temporary dismantling for Koru's passage to the sea. This 93-year-old railway bridge, beloved local heritage and iconic symbol of Rotterdam's industrial legacy, required partial dismantling because Koru's 230-foot masts were simply too tall. The announcement immediately led to massive international controversy, becoming a powerful symbol of wealth inequality that resonated. Local residents were outraged that a billionaire's yacht was being prioritized over historic public infrastructure that had served the community for nearly a century. Social media exploded with criticism from around the globe. Large-scale protests were organized throughout Rotterdam, and some residents even threatened to throw eggs and tomatoes at the passing yacht. The story dominated international headlines for weeks, with critics calling it the perfect symbol of extreme wealth overriding public interests. After weeks of intense public pressure and relentless negative media coverage, Oceanco found alternative solutions that satisfied all parties. They successfully got Koru to sea without dismantling the historic bridge, likely by removing the masts at the shipyard and installing them later at another location. While Koru herself is magnificent, the adventure possibilities extend far beyond the main yacht through careful planning. Bezos commissioned a dedicated 250-foot support vessel called Abiona, featuring a professional helipad and hangar for multiple helicopters, providing instant transportation to remote locations. This support vessel carries additional supplies, professional-grade water sports equipment, and additional crew quarters for activities. High-performance jet skis, professional diving equipment including medical-grade decompression chambers, multiple smaller day boats, and advanced water toys enable ocean exploration. The support vessel concept is genius from practical and luxury perspectives. Koru maintains her elegant lines and peaceful sailing atmosphere as Abiona provides immediate access to every conceivable water sport and adventure activity that guests could desire. Technological systems aboard Koru represent the cutting edge of marine technology, rivaling sophisticated systems found on military vessels. The navigation suite includes dual radar systems capable of tracking weather patterns hundreds of miles away, military-grade satellite communication providing global high-speed internet access anywhere on Earth. GPS positioning accurate to within 6 inches provides more precision than most land-based navigation systems. Advanced weather routing systems analyze global conditions continuously, suggesting optimal routes for comfort, speed, or fuel efficiency based on real-time meteorological data. Automated sail management systems monitor wind conditions continuously, making micro adjustments to sail trim for optimal performance and passenger comfort. The bridge features multiple redundant navigation systems ensuring safe passage even if primary systems fail during storms or emergencies. The maritime industry's most anticipated moment arrived in April 2023, Koru's maiden voyage from the Netherlands to Gibraltar. After 5 years of planning, 2.5 years of construction, and months of testing and refinement, Jeff Bezos experienced his extraordinary floating dream firsthand. Anticipation was enormous from Bezos and his team, and from the global yachting industry watching to see if this ambitious project would live up to its promises and revolutionary claims that had been building for years. The first public spotting in Palma Bay, Balearic Islands, immediately became an international sensation. Other yacht owners, marine industry professionals, journalists, and curious onlookers flocked to glimpse this engineering marvel. Helicopter tour operators reported weeks of sold-out bookings as people paid premium prices just for aerial photography opportunities of Koru under sail. The sight of 20,000 square feet of sail filling with wind as this 417-foot giant accelerated from standstill was described by multiple observers as watching a floating skyscraper suddenly come alive and start dancing with the ocean. Professional yachting community reaction was immediate, intense, and positive beyond anyone's expectations. Industry professionals who had been skeptical about whether sailing yachts could compete with the largest motor yachts in luxury, amenities, and overall guest experience were forced to reconsider their position. Koru proved that luxury and wind power could coexist. Professional sailors and yacht delivery captains were particularly impressed by Koru's remarkable performance characteristics and surprisingly nimble handling abilities. International media coverage was intense and sustained for months after the maiden voyage. Marine publications dedicated special issues to covering Koru's massive industry impact. Boat International, Super Yacht Times, and other leading industry publications called it a genuine game changer that would influence yacht design for decades. Perhaps the most telling and significant reactions came from other billionaires and ultra-high net worth individuals. Within months of Koru's successful maiden voyage, yacht brokers and shipyards reported massive surges in large sailing yacht inquiries from clients who suddenly wanted wind-powered palaces. The construction process itself became a masterclass in advanced manufacturing and complex project management. Oceanco's facility had to be modified to accommodate Koru's size and unique requirements. New cranes were installed, production halls were reconfigured, and equipment was brought in specifically for this project. The shipyard employed cutting-edge manufacturing techniques that combined traditional craftsmanship with modern technology. Computer-controlled cutting systems ensured millimeter precision, as master craftsmen applied skills passed down through generations of Dutch shipbuilding excellence. Quality control reached meticulous levels throughout the 2.5-year process. Every component underwent multiple inspections, every system was tested far beyond normal requirements, and every detail was scrutinized by teams. The result was a level of perfection rarely achieved in any manufacturing process. Industry reports show sailing superyacht orders increased over 300% in the year immediately following Koru's public debut, with several ambitious projects under construction attempting to match or exceed Koru's impressive specifications. Koru had created a new luxury market segment. While technical systems underwent rigorous installation and testing, master craftsmen from around the world created interior spaces that define the ultimate in luxury experiences. Every surface is hand-finished by artisans with decades of specialized experience. Every furniture piece custom-made by the world's finest craftspeople. The attention to detail is remarkable. Hand-stitched Italian leather taking weeks to complete individual pieces, rare woods from sustainably managed forests, custom metalwork worthy of the most exclusive luxury hotels on earth. Nothing was too ambitious or expensive if it contributed to the overall vision. The Master Suite alone required 4 months to complete, representing the pinnacle of maritime luxury. Features include an electronically adjustable king-size bed designed for comfort in all sea conditions, a private study with 270-degree panoramic ocean views and spa-quality bathroom facilities. The main dining room seats all 18 guests at a magnificent custom table crafted from a single piece of Brazilian rosewood that required 6 months of proper curing and finishing. The professional galley rivals 5-star restaurant facilities featuring commercial-grade equipment allowing 3 professional chefs to prepare elaborate meals, while 8 separate staterooms feature private bathrooms, individual climate control, entertainment systems, and custom furnishings. Every detail carefully considered: 1,000-thread count Egyptian cotton sheets, precise temperature control, and original commissioned artwork throughout. But here's what makes this story truly extraordinary. We're not looking at some fuel-guzzling motor yacht. This is the world's largest sailing yacht, a 417-foot engineering masterpiece that harnesses the ancient power of wind with cutting-edge 21st-century technology. Koru stretches 417 feet from bow to stern, longer than a football field, longer than a Manhattan City block. You could literally park 2 Boeing 747 jumbo jets end-to-end and still have room left over. Beyond raw length, those 3 towering masts rocket 230 feet into the sky, taller than a 20-story building and nearly half the height of the Great Pyramid of Giza. Koru's scale matters, but the hybrid engineering philosophy is the leap. While primarily wind-powered with over 20,000 square feet of sail area, that's nearly half an acre of high-tech sailcloth. It's also equipped with twin diesel engines producing 1,468 horsepower each. This incredible power combination can push the 3,493 gross tons vessel to 17 knots when Mother Nature isn't cooperating with perfect winds. Think about this engineering challenge for just a moment. Koru weighs 3,493 gross tons, heavier than 2,000 cars combined. Yet this floating skyscraper can slice through ocean swells at speeds that make smaller yachts jealous. The yacht accommodates up to 18 guests in luxury, while a professional crew of 40 handles every detail. Most motor yachts this size require 60-plus crew members just to operate safely.